All right, Louise, take it away. Welcome everybody on.
Hi, everybody. My name is Louise Wurzwalter, and you have registered for the Awakening Abundance Now webinar. And we are so excited. I'm here with Jake Cunningham, and we're going to rock this thing today. So thank you so much, Jake, for inviting me and for allowing us to do this together. I just deeply love you, and we have so much fun together.
Well, I love you too, Louise, and you're thanking me. I'm thanking you. I get to be a part of this. We do these quarterly productions together, and we've been talking about doing many more because it gets us both fired up, and it really sinks, I think, what we are both trying to accomplish in sharing this value into the world. So thank you. And without further ado, I just want to go over and welcome everybody to the Awakening Abundance Now 2016 webinar. We've done a few of these over the last few years, and they're quite profound. They're attached to, of course, Louise's wonderful groups that you can learn more about, and she'll share that information shortly. But there's such profound information within this teaching as a standalone lesson that you'll be happy you showed up. Many of us have been on free webinars over the last few years, and whether it's just a sales pitch or a close, or they're trying to, no, you're going to gain some real content here with options to continue and move forward if you so choose as well. But you will leave with some wonderful content and value. I've known Louise for over 15 years now working in this field, and it's quite an honor to still be cranking along and seeing her go from sickness to success, and to show you how she did it is really what this is about. And it's really an honor to see, because she's also one of my mentors and coaches. She's not just a partner colleague. She actually is there when I need her many times, and has helped me get through some lows and shared some successes. So Louise, take it away, my gal, and I'm ready to have some fun and learn along with everybody else.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you so much. And again, it's just a pleasure to be here. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here and allow you to all see that. Let's see, full screen. Okay. I'll bring that up.
Yep. And while you share that, Louise, I'm just going to give everybody a quick breakdown. You can type and chat in the chat room as you wish. There's a chat box that is activated for everybody, and you can chat here if you have any questions, things like this, and be interactive. You know, share where you're from, and what brought you to the webinar. How'd you hear about this, and what are some of the abundance changes you're looking to change? So go ahead and use that as you wish. I'm here for tech support as well if you run into any issues. Usually just a refresh button will get you back in action on the webinar. So take it away, Louise.
Awesome. All right. So thank you, everybody, for being here on a Saturday afternoon. So appreciate you really taking a look at this topic, because I know by the end of today you're gonna change. In fact, we're going to do an activation or a frequency session on you today during this webinar. So this is Awakening Abundance Now 2016. And I'm going to propose some questions going through the webinar. So we're going to actually, and you might need paper and pencil. So if you're someone who likes to write, grab some paper and pencil. You might be writing some things down or jotting some notes as we go through this today, because I really want to challenge you all to think. You know, to think about what you really desire. So what abundance do you really want? You know, if we're fuzzy with those goals, we don't manifest that. So I want you to really think about what it is that you really, really desire. Do you want better health? Do you want more money? Do you want improved relationships? Maybe you want a new job. Okay, so what is it that really you want? What is it your desire is? And then what do you value most? And what are some of your biggest fears? And what about your greatest strengths? And then you also want to think about what makes you happy. So those times in your life where you're doing something and time seems to go away, whether you're gardening or painting or working on a car, whatever it is you're doing, and time seems to escape. Those are those amazing times that probably are showing you that this is a passion for you, and it does make you happy to be doing that. What I've learned over the years is that we have to couple abundance actually training with the brain. We have to do the brain balancing part of this. So attracting abundance is not just using the principles of the laws of attraction. And I know many of you know those laws of attraction. You've seen the movie The Secret. That's all really good, but there's more to it than that. So we take it a step further and we teach you the steps needed to attract wealth and abundance. Whatever that is for you. It could be abundance and good health. It could be financial. It could be relationships. It could be peace of mind. And then I pair that with brain stimulation to keep you in a frequency pattern, allowing you for greater success. So we know that the brain holds the neural connections of the past. So simply stating an affirmation does not release the past impressions that have kept you stuck for years. So what I like to do with all of my clients and my groups is release those places that were stuck so that you can move forward. Because we all have had past trauma, past just things that have happened in our lives that create a cellular memory pattern in the brain. We need to release those blocks so you can move forward and then put in the right program that allows you to attract what you do want in your life. So I found that when you connect the brain in a meaningful way, it knows what to do. It makes those new neural pathways. It's actually all vibration. So everything in the universe vibrates at a frequency. A negative thought has a charge, and so does a positive thought. Some of you may be familiar with Dr. Emoto's work. He was a Japanese scientist that took pictures of water crystals and found that when we say negative words or negative things, the crystals didn't look very pretty. They weren't looking like a snowflake, okay? So there's definitely a different charge to the words, I don't like that, or I hate that, to I love you. You know, do you hear the difference there? I mean, there's a huge difference. So negative thoughts have that charge. And so some of this is going to be about you balancing those self-talk, those negative thoughts. And what I have found over the years, I've been doing this work, gosh, for 25 years when I think about it, and in using biofeedback for the last 12 years. So when you do the work and you apply the principles of attracting abundance and you add frequency medicine, you're sure to get the desired result that you want. That picture at the bottom there, I was at actually it was a Vitamin Cottage. It's a grocery store, a natural grocery store, and we were doing a talk on brain. And when Jake mentioned that I went from sick to successful, yes, you know, a lot of people don't really know my whole story and I don't want to go into it. So what I'm just going to show you is a picture, okay? And I say a picture is worth 1,000 words. In 1993, that picture of me was in my home, in my bed. They were spraying herbicides on all the lawns in my neighborhood. I had 14 mercury fillings removed in one day and crashed. It took about 3 months for it to start dumping out of my body. I couldn't breathe. I was very chemically sensitive, so I had many labels, everything from MS to fibromyalgia. Moved my family from Chicago to Taos, New Mexico, up in the mountains to breathe clean air. And we were there for 7 years. That was my healing years or my monk years. I prayed a lot. And the picture at the bottom, I was finally better. It was 5 years later, but I still wasn't all the way better. But I was well enough to travel. And I was at a car show in San Diego. I was working with a vitamin company and they had a conference out there. So someone said, take a picture with the car. So if you listen to many webinars and you've practiced affirmations and you've meditated on your desire and you're still stuck, you're in luck, because the missing piece is what I'm going to show you today. It's a 5-step process that's reproducible and the important brain connection of how you can ensure success. So I went from sick, you just saw the picture, to a 6-figure business. I transformed my health, my life, my abundance, and I know if I can do it, you can too. So today we're going to learn the 5 steps to an abundant life. You're going to experience a powerful biofeedback, bioresonance session. We're going to re-energize your cells and optimize your DNA and help you gain the courage to say yes to your dreams. So I'm going to give you all that I can in this hour together, and then I'm going to show you how you can get more of what you desire so you can transform your life. So here's the 5 steps to abundance using your balanced brain. And we're going to go into each of these. There's just an outline here for you. So number 1, you have to feel it. Number 2, you want to believe you're already there. Number 3, you have to visualize it. You want to have a vision of it. And number 4, you want to put some action step in place. And number 5, you want to be grateful. Gratitude is a part of this. So here's number 1. So feel it, okay? So again, I'm going to ask you all just to maybe, get quiet for a minute and think about your day yesterday. So yesterday was Friday. What emotions did you feel in the morning? Did you wake up tired, happy? And then how did you feel around lunchtime? Dinner time? How did you feel around dinner time? And how did you feel when you went to bed last night? You want to think about your last week and get an inventory. You want to start noticing when you're dissatisfied, when you're negative, when you're frustrated, when you're angry. Is there a pattern? You want to notice the flip side as well. When are you happy? When are you joyful? When are you giggling? When are you peaceful? Like vibration attracts like vibration. So this pattern has to be changed to get your desired results. And many of us can't stay in a positive place all the time. In fact, it's impossible. We're going to go through changes and emotions throughout the day. Because our brain waves correlate with your emotions, getting in touch with your emotions is the first practice. So you want to notice that range of emotions and begin to start changing your self-talk. I love myself, I'm talented and gifted, I deserve it, as opposed to I don't deserve it. One really awesome, simple exercise is just to look in the mirror in the morning and tell yourself that you love yourself. I love me, I love me, I love me. And see how that feels. I had a client share with me that she was doing that, and she said, in the beginning it was really hard for me to do that. And it got easier and easier. And I gave myself a 30-day challenge and said, I'm going to do this every day this month. And I watched her change. And her self-talk is much better than when we first started working. So you want to feel it. The emotion is what the vibration is. So therefore, just reading an affirmation. So years ago, I wrote, I relax into the flow of life. And I was pretty hyperactive. And I kept thinking, because I was reading that phrase, that I would eventually get that way. And it didn't work. And I was disappointed. I went, well, how come I can't relax? And I remember, because I had that card on the windowsill, I had it in all my coat pockets. And I just kept saying it, thinking, okay, this thing about affirmations should eventually click. But what I didn't know is I didn't know these steps that I'm teaching you today. I didn't know that the emotion that's attached to it needs to be there. You need to be passionate about it and say it with emotion and believe it. So I want you to think about your goals. Where do you want to go? You might want to write an affirmation right now that says, I allow great health in my life. I allow healthy relationships with all my family members. Or write out your financial goal. Okay, or maybe you want a new job. You want to feel it 100%. And then picture yourself already there as if you've already achieved it. How are you going to feel if you already have that? Kind of like you just won the lottery. So allow that to radiate out from your entire being. These feelings is what you want to experience and recreate every day. Imagine, really, just think about it. You just got you just won the lottery. They just notified you and you won $1 million. How are you going to feel? Then you want to believe you're already there. So you have to act as if you already achieved your goal and it's yours. And Dr. Robert Anthony taught us that. And that's been said many, many times by many, many wonderful, wonderful, abundant people. You want to live in your genius. Everything you need is in you. One of my teachers said, if you're not using your passion and using your gift in the world, you're actually dishonoring God. You're not doing what you came here to do. And wow, that kind of hit me. And I thought, yeah, I need to get out there bigger. I need to really help people more. What is it that, that I need to do and help all of my clients and my family, my tribe, do more of in the world. And part of this is you're a whole person. So you want to honor your nutritional and health needs as well. So experience yourself acting as if you had everything you wanted, just like you won that lottery. The third step is visualization. So you want to create your statement. And here's what's important about any type of manifesting or abundance, and abundance meaning, again, whatever that is for you. You need to have a why. Be clear about your why. If your why is big enough and you are passionate, you will create it. So an example, if you have 55 cents left in your checkbook and you don't know how you're going to eat tomorrow, you've got a big enough why to make some money, make it work. Okay? My why was I had 2 little kids at home and I was pretty sick, and all I really wanted to do was be their mom. And I remember thinking, I am going to find a way to get healthy. And you know what? God's going to help me, and I'm going to get healthier than anyone on the planet. I was just determined, right? My why was big enough. Well, then in my personal life, what happened, I kept upping my why. So once I achieved that and we were able to do things as a family and I was healthier and I could take my kids places and do things, then I was like, well, let's create the next thing. How else can I help other people now? So you want to create your statement in line with soul's purpose. So you can be the cause of your life, not just drift through life. And when you write your goal down, and you can do this as many ways as you want to, and be creative with it. But I did find that it's best to use pen and paper rather than type it, because the brain's pathways connect when you write in cursive on paper. In fact, I was a dyslexic therapist for years. My past background was a special ed teacher, and I taught kids how to write in cursive. And so we knew the value of how that connects the brain. And I hope, I don't know what's going to happen here in the future, but I hope that's still being done in schools, because I think we're moving away from it. And so we're trying to find other ways to balance our brains today. And I wrote down here that I was going to tell you Mary's story. And Mary was a client that I worked with way back when I was just started in my home. So it has to be about 12 years ago now. Mary had lymphoma, cancer, and we did a lot of biofeedback sessions. And I remember when she was going to take off on a cruise for her 25th wedding anniversary. And I encouraged her actually not to go. And they said, no, this will be really good for her. I remember she got really sick on the cruise. And so this is just a physical example of what, ships, when you're on a ship, there's a lot of geopathic stress, which can affect your physical body. And so she got pretty sick on the cruise. But I remember when she got back and we started working again, I challenged her to visualize where she wanted to be a year from now. I said, Mary, I want you to picture what you want to be doing a year from now. She said, I want to be picnicking in Yellowstone National Park with my family. It's a beautiful sunny day. And we walked through the visualization and had her see this. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're enjoying the out of doors. It's just awesome. And I always start to cry when I think about this, because Mary moved from Albuquerque, where I am in New Mexico, to Colorado. And we kept in touch, and I worked on her for quite a while after that. And then she was getting better. And then she called me, and it was just about a year ago. And I got a phone call and she said, I just had to call you and tell you where I am. I said, where are you, Mary? She said, I'm at Yellowstone National Park. And the exact thing that we visualized a year before is happening. So that can happen for you too. Okay, so you want to visualize what it is you want in your life. You want to design your greatest day. Another tool that I've used even for my family, I have 2 kids, husband, and so there's 4 of us, and I would actually write, and I call it my manifesting journal, or you could do it your gratitude journal. I would visualize what I wanted to see for each family member and write it out. Just a paragraph. You know, I see Andy playing soccer, getting good grades in school, having fun with all of his friends, balancing life, and he's happy. Just simple, but visualize it for your children, for your family. Some people call this living in the zone. And again, you want to honor your nutritional and your health needs as well. And I will talk a little bit about those here in a few minutes. The 4th step is taking action. You want to put actions with your passion. You want to state your passionate goals while you're exercising or walking or doing yoga. So when you place movement with something as well, and just movement is an action, okay? So when you do that, you are then activating all the cells in your body and putting that in your energy field, that intention, that desire in your field. Another part of taking action is empowerment. So each night as you fall asleep, reinforce your desired reality with additional creative power. You want to expand your vision and see it blessing humanity in the whole. And of course, Albert Einstein said, everything is energy and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy, this is physics. Notice he's saying match the frequency. Another part of action steps is asking for help. So many of us try to do things on our own without asking for help. And I really think that we're all here on the planet to be connected and to be community. When I think about the statement that they say it takes a village to raise a child, how many people are separate today and not using that concept, not reaching out to their neighbors, to their family, to their extended family? So you want to ask for help to support your dream. And when you do that, that loop creates the fuel that helps your cause. This is also part of tithing. So when you tithe, you create a loop. Money is just energy. And so if you're giving, you will receive more as well. So ask for help from God and thank him or her when you receive, creating that loop again. And so that circle or that loop of asking and then thanking is really important in any kind of manifestation or creating your perfect life, your dream life. So you just want to think, I'm going to ask for help from others, and then I'm going to ask for spiritual help. And I know I learned that lesson really big time, okay? Because I had to be put on the ground pretty sick, before I got it. Before I got that, I could ask for help. There's also a subconscious connection here. And the subconscious mind believes that you can do it if you have one great experience. So this can be compared to what an athlete does with their desired outcomes. So what they do is they think of an athlete now, they're going to hold a bigger vision of what they want to achieve. And then they set sub-goals and they practice their sport. And as they achieve each of those little goals, they celebrate. They practice more, and then they set another little goal. It's the same with anything that you want to accomplish in your life. So I work with an amazing ice skater, and she's now 16, I think, or 15. She's 15. I think it's been at least 5 years, maybe longer. and watched her just want to do, a single loop jump. And now she's doing triple loops and all these amazing spins and turns and jumps. And it's just awesome to watch her. And of course, she's setting those sub goals, right? Practicing and then seeing, the Olympics. She did nationals last year, or this last year did awesome. And so, her big goal is the Olympics. The brain, what it does is it holds on to that success, allowing you to create another win. And it doesn't mean that you won't have failure, because we actually do learn a lot from when we mess up, when we fail, when we make mistakes. I always tell my children, you're going to learn more from your mistakes than you will from your successes. And if you think about it, what you actually recall in your brain as I'm talking to you right now is you're thinking about the mistakes you made or when you didn't do well. You're not holding on to those places maybe where you have achieved and you have had success. So it's both, because we learn. It's all about learning and growing. I'm going to go back here for a minute. When I said it's all about learning and growing, just recently I was at a conference and got to speak on stage with Lisa, and it was an amazing experience. And she used a great analogy. She showed us a picture of the Himalayan mountains and then a picture of the flatlands. She said, you can choose to climb the Himalayas. And if you do, you're going to hit bumps and ridges and ravines and valleys and, and peaks. And so you're going to have those highs and lows as you're climbing. And it allows you to grow more. So it's taking risks and maybe not succeeding at that and then picking yourself back up again and doing it again. Okay? Or you can choose the flatlands. You choose the flatlands, it's easier. It's just walking down the path, right? Walking through the field. And you're not going to experience the highs and lows of life, and you won't have quite the growth. It's just an easier path. So gratitude. Gratitude is the 5th step. And again, this creates that loop. So you want to thank God, Buddha, Jesus, whatever you believe, for helping you achieve your goal. This is an important step as it creates that circle of energy that allows the process to be repeated again and again. It is this divine connection and universal principle. Ask and you shall receive. And it also allows your relationship with your God, whatever God is to you, to grow stronger. Oftentimes when things aren't going well, again, if you tithe, if you give, more will come in. And I created something called, it's a biofeedback program that I call Beautiful Balanced Brain. And it works on balancing the neurotransmitters. And you're going to experience some of this today. So you will experience a frequency session here in a little bit. It's all vibration. Research shows like vibration attracts like vibration. So the brain programs I use reorganize the brain and help people maintain a more consistent positive emotions and vibration. So it helps you stay in that flow. So research shows that the brain needs that to experience one good positive outcome to change those neural connections. Emotions can change the neurotransmitter activity. So emotions are involved in changing the output. And that's why our feeling folks sometimes have quicker results over my thinking analytical folks. So the programs that I use work for the analytical folks just as well, but it just might take a little longer. Powerful feelings and emotions can make the difference for you. So, for example, do you recall stating that you wanted something with great passion and it arrived? It's that passion, that emotion, and intention that created that desire. And there's a chart here to the side, and it shows the different brain waves. And beta is when we're alert. It's when we're engaged in work. It's right now, when you're busy, when you're working, when you're thinking, and you're actively participating in this webinar. Alpha is a more relaxed state. This is where you have self-introspection. You might be daydreaming. Theta is deep meditation. It's between awake and sleep. It's the flow of ideas. It's creativity. It's the shamanic states. It's your bridge to the subconscious. And what I've learned from working with ADHD adults and kids over the last, again, 25 years here is they live in theta. And some of the time what they're doing is they're fidgeting to try to get to beta. So the fidgeting or the movement is their quest, their desire to be trying to get their brain in a place of alertness. So they're often incredibly creative, amazing people. And a lot of them are also entrepreneurs like myself. And then delta. Delta is unconscious, very deep sleep. So we can rebalance your brain now. So again, most folks can't always stay in that positive place. And what we do is just sort of help a little bit. This has been absolutely amazing, actually. So recently, we just started our group on, I do a group frequency program that I'm going to introduce you to here in a minute. And I actually hadn't started yet. So this was several weeks ago. And someone responded and said, you know that I signed up to be in this amazing group of yours, but it didn't start yet. And I already won $2,500 at a raffle. It's just amazing. And then I got another email from another group member who said, I'm not really sure. I've got density around whether I trust this or not, even though I trust you. And I don't always feel the frequency in the moment, but I got to tell you what happened. I received a big check for a lot of money from a stock mess that I was involved in 10 to 12 years ago. And this was part of my retirement money, and it came in for me, and I'm kind of blown away. So I have to admit that I've concretely experienced the manifestation of abundance now. And he had signed up another family member in the group, and they were getting nonstop clients. And that's happening for me too. I can't even tell you the abundance that's coming in when I put people, and we're going to explain this to you, in a group and send you frequency every Wednesday night. I came home last night, and there was a letter from the IRS, and you kind of get like that funny feeling in your gut, and you're like, oh, this isn't good. And I opened it up, and I got a $19,000 refund. Now that means I overpaid, right? Which is, but still, cool, huh? And then I'll show you another video in a minute of a woman who received some abundance. So here's what I want to offer you. I have this amazing group that you can join and receive 90 days of ongoing frequencies to help you stay in this up place. And the pages of testimonials over the last few years, I had 9 pages last year, and we're already receiving abundance this year, and I really just started Wednesday night. So the investment for you is $297 for 90 days of ongoing frequencies. Now the value here is 12 private sessions with me would be about $1,800, and for 2 people would be $3,000. But just because you are here today, and I want to honor you for being here with us on this webinar and taking your time on a Saturday to do it, I'm going to give you a special code to put in at checkout, and you'll save $100. So it's save 100 is the code. So it's only $197, and you can put a family member in for free. Okay, I'm going to give you the link. I'll send this to you as well. It's abqnaturalhealthcenter.com, and it's under frequency groups, and you can sign up there. So I invite you to be a part of this. You will totally be happy that you did it. And Jake, if you want to hit it, this is the little video that we did of Sarah Lisa. This was at the end of the class.
Absolutely.
It was amazing.
Let me know if you can see this. And
okay.
Louise, just so you know, your mic will automatically be muted while I play this. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Hi, Luis. Are you there?
I am. Did it play? Because I didn't hear it.
Yep. Yeah, it did play, and it did play. You just have to unmute.
Awesome.
You have to unmute the audio to hear it too. It mutes your audio and speakers so that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But go
Okay.
ahead. You're
That's awesome.
live.
All right. That was so awesome. So we just had our group meeting on Wednesday night, and before the group, I guess during the group, Sarah Lisa got that text message from her client from a couple of years ago. So it just keeps happening. So I want to encourage you to be a part of this. We want to feel this, though. I want to give you an opportunity to feel this in a minute here. So I'm going to turn on some frequency in a minute. This was a slide about just some sample long version affirmations. Just some ideas for you, like I trust divine guidance, love surrounds me now. I'm attracting amazing, positive people and experiences to my world. Every part of me is ready, willing, and able to have lots of money now, if money is your goal. I allow abundance, love, financial prosperity, opportunity, physical healing, fun, joy, and adventure. So play with the words, but I want it to be your passion. You need to be putting into words what your passion is and what it is you want to create. And these are just ideas for you. And there are some keys to success. So persistence and consistency, stating affirmations and emotion, but with movement, believing it, it needs to be your passion, putting emotion with it. Daily prayer many times throughout the day, your connection to your God. So you can't be in faith and fear at the same time. They can't coexist. Consider writing your goals on colored note cards, okay? And look at them before you go to bed, because the brain really hears the things that you say and works on it while you're sleeping. So that's why they say to study before you go to bed, when you need to memorize something, if you're going to take a test. Same thing with your intentions or your goals, okay? So it's about creating those new pathways in the brain, and scientists have actually found it takes 90 days to change the brain, or 12 weeks. And so that's why I found it takes 12 weeks to do this. I've been speaking about getting healthy first. We're whole people. When you're healthy physically, you'll be able to manifest more in your life, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. So it's about that as well. And I do have some products on sale right now. I call these the basics. And I want you to know about them because I put frequency in my products so people don't need as much. And so I always say minerals, fish oil, and probiotics are the basics. Everyone needs those because of our soils are just tainted today. We don't get enough minerals, and minerals make enzymes work in the body. So again, you can go to my website, get those on the website, and they are 10% off, I think through this week. You can't live in faith and fear at the same time. There's no middle ground there. You're either in faith or you're in fear. And the goal is to move into faith, right? So if you find yourself bringing up some fears, as soon as you can move those fears out and get to faith, the better. So what I'm going to play for you right now is just a piece of this program. This is much, much bigger. This is just one part of it. And this part are the ancient solfeggio frequencies. And the monks chanted these, okay? And they used them for healing. 528 relates to the note mi on the scale. And what it is it's the frequency that we have found changes the DNA. And so let me get this ready here and let me have you hear this. And so while you're listening to this, I would encourage you to, again, if you've written out some intentions or goals for yourself, is to say them. Close your eyes and listen and say them and really start getting that emotion and belief in there while you're hearing these sounds. So this low tone helps you liberate guilt and fear. So what guilt and fear are you releasing now? 417, what change do you want to make to allow your gifts to shine? It's undoing situations and helping change. 528, the miracle frequency. Open yourself up to the miracles and feel your DNA being activated. 639 connects relationships. Feel connected to source, to your angels, to your guides. 741 awakens your intuition. What message are you hearing? What action steps do you need to take? 852 is returning to spiritual order. See yourself as an amazing being of white glistening light, divinely connected. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to allow those to play in the background. And what I mentioned to you as they were playing was what each of these sounds means. And so the lower tones help you release the guilt and the fear and start to make changes. And then the higher tones bring you to that spiritual order.
Hi, Luis. I just want to let you know it was difficult to hear your voice with the tones.
Was it?
The tones were turned up too high. And
Okay.
so, but that's okay.
Okay.
Continue on. Just wanted to give you that feedback, as some people mentioned that.
Okay, no, thank you so much for that. Yeah, I don't know if there might be a way to dub that, like to put, I don't know. We can play with that.
What you have to do is you have to set the volume beforehand, and then it's not too loud. But continue on. And real quick, for people whose screen is fuzzy, that's just strictly a bandwidth issue. This is a live streaming webinar, little different than some of the other ones on Google Hangouts. So your platform, you may have a slow bandwidth, or you may be with using other applications, and I'm not pointing the finger. It happens on my end too. But just know the recording is much clearer, and you'll be able to see it much clearer than maybe your live streaming access right at this point. So continue on, Luis. I just want to answer that because there's some feedback coming back.
Right. No, that's good. Good point. Thank you, Jake. Yeah. So that's great. We'll have the recording. So that's awesome. Yeah. So this has been amazing. These sounds have been amazing. And so what I've actually do with my group work, I want to describe that to you. Let me see what else I have here. What I do is I work with another piece of this program. You just heard the sound piece, the frequency piece, but there's a matching piece where it matches your body or the group's body as a whole to different affirmations or intentions or crystals or nutritional things or brain pieces, serotonin, dopamine, and it matches the group to those words, to the frequency of those words, and then I'm able to broadcast a program with those words to the whole group. And because I do it every Wednesday night, it overlaps. And so by the end of 12 weeks, you've had consistent, ongoing 90 days of frequencies because I let them go for 3 months. My program allows me to do that. And so what happens is it keeps sort of elevating your frequency. So when I think about all of my people here who've been in groups in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or all over the world, really, I have people from Ireland and Canada and other places. But the people here that I get to see who are my clients, their faces change, they look younger, they're less stressed, they're communicating better with family members, they email me about the abundance that's being created in their lives. And I'm in awe, honestly, as to the amazing changes that we're able to make with what frequency medicine is. I'm still in awe myself. It's so cool. So, this is my newest program, and it allows me to do what I just described to you. So we can do a lot with balancing your brain, balancing your life, zapping parasites, cancer, fungus. It does many, many, many things. So besides brain boosting, enhancing mood, and raising DNA frequency and building the immune, great for pain reduction. There's allergy therapy, hormone balancing, literally anything, anything. So here again, I invite you to be a part of this group because I don't want you to miss it. I'm just so passionate about it. And I just see where we're going because we didn't even start yet and we already have this amazing success. This was last year's success. So a group member already received her inheritance check the day she signed up for the group. Somebody received $10,000 in a Social Security payback. Another member received checks for $240 and $77 in the mail. Somebody won a Nook at a conference. It's not always money, you know. There's been 4 people got jobs one year. And then the year before, I think 5 people had new boyfriends, girlfriends, and 2 people got engaged. So it's whatever abundance is for you. So here's how it works. You receive the abundance and brain balancing frequencies every Wednesday night about 8 p.m. Mountain Time. And then I will send you something called Mind Gems, which is 12 little exercises that help you balance the brain. And if you can at that time, meditate and relax, great. Some people have emailed me and said, you know, that's my night to be singing in the church chorus. Will I miss the frequencies? No, it's all long distance. It's like sending a text message. Although you won't receive a text message, you'll just receive frequency. And then the next day, I send an email to you with the affirmations and whatever came up in the program that I am broadcasting to you. So we do stay connected via email. It increases your frequency and vibration. And, you know, and I found that when I couldn't see as many, I just couldn't fit all my clients in. That's how these groups started. I couldn't give everybody, you know, once a week sessions anymore. And so I created the groups. And so that's why groups. But if you're out there and you're listening and you're like, well, can I work with you privately? Absolutely. We can book a private coaching session. You can do that. You can either call me, email me, or you can sign up for a strategy session right on the website. And that's www.abqnaturalhealthcenter.com, and fill out the Detox Your Life. It's a little email, it's a little box on the right, and schedule your time with me. Our phone number is there as well, and my email is louiseswartz@msn.com, and our number is 505-797-0540. And I think what I want to do is show you, let me see, I'm going to end the slideshow here and actually maybe I'll bring up the website so you can see it. So here's abqnaturalhealthcenter.com. I have another one called Beautiful Balanced Brain, but you can access most things actually through both sites now. And so here's the frequency groups. So you can sign up for groups there. I'll show you that page. Oh, it's on, and you know, I'll have to show you my other website. Okay. So the Detox Your Life is on beautifulbalancedbrain.com. So the group started on May 18th. We go through August 10th. And again, you have a coupon. So it's $297 on the website, but put in that coupon code of SAVE100. You want to do that because it's live for the next 24 hours and get your $100 off. Okay. And there's some other options there too, but just want you to know how to find that. So that's on the website. And I'm just so excited about this group this year. Can't even stand it. So, you know, I also want to make sure that we're taking, you know, doing questions or answering anything for all of you too. So Jake, I guess I'll go to the chat.
Okay, great. What you can do is there you go. Hit the chat button.
Okay.
So your camera's on now, but you should be able to hit the key. Yep. Hi there.
Hi there. Hey, you know what? I got to tell you a funny story. In my coaching class, we were doing a whole exercise on failure,
good. My favorite subject.
It was really interesting, but it was this whole, and we had to do little skits.
Mm-hmm.
And someone shared a failure. They were on a webinar just like you and I are, and they didn't know the camera was on.
Right.
And they were picking their nose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be careful when the camera's on, guys.
Yep.
So,
It's just like the old, we've all been on a conference call where, it's a group team call and we think we're muted and, we're doing other things in the background. We're answering the dogs and the kids and stuff, and we think we're muted, and it's the same old, but that's funny. I'm sure, oh gosh, I could tell many deeper fails than that. That's nothing.
That's nothing, huh?
But, well, Louise.
I see a lot of people had trouble with the screen or the sound.
No,
huh?
just two.
Okay.
I mean, two people said it, so they just, again, this is a streaming webinar. The recording will be better, and you got to really shut down all those other apps that are running. And if you got slow bandwidth, it's not going to come through very clean, especially the small text. Again, everybody's going to have a different experience with that. But do me a favor, everybody. Let Luis and myself know. Just reply to the emails that you got for the webinar. If the recording is a better quality, that will confirm what I'm pretty sure of and sharing with you that it will be. And so that will get out right away. There's a replay that's sent out automatically. And you just have to enter the replay room, and you can comment right there in the replay room. It'll be good. But Luis, I'm excited. Thank you so much for reminding us all what we need to be paying attention to and focusing on to attract this abundance. I am no different and could really use a boost right now, getting through really a kind of a funky period. I'm ready to start attracting some major abundance again. And some things have shifted already this week, big time, getting prepared for this. Just thinking about this, it really motivates me financially, but also in some other areas of my life. And people.
You already had abundance. You were sharing with me earlier. You were right. Just come in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've got this old technology sitting around. It's a pre-owned system, and for those of you who know me, I help practitioners get different types of biofeedback and energy medicine technologies into their practice. And I was thinking, there's this product of mine sitting here, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, yesterday when I was coming back from a long, great week, I was doing a demo down in Farmington Hills for a gentleman and his partner, and got a call from a lead who was 2 years, actually just December 2014. I looked at my Salesforce to see when we connected last, and she wasn't ready to purchase her system. And she's like, Jake, do you have any, out of the blue, do you have any sales? Do you have any pre-owned systems that fit this budget? And I said, actually, yes, I do. Let's make it happen. Let's get it done. And it was exactly what we needed to get me out of this, funk. April's always difficult for me, that I found. I got to get over that. Everyone's maybe in tax mode, and I am for sure. And so it kind of was exactly what I needed to break free. And I've got a lot of great momentum right now with leads and people who are really prepared and ready, and quality too, not just money coming in, but the right people. Yeah, we want to work with the right people. And I know if you're on this webinar today, you are the right people. And, and we do want to share with you and help you have the things. Oh, good. I love when you do that. Jake looks like a pirate. Do what?
I don't know if everybody can say that or just I can, but he's on his pirate costume. Yay!
Okay, well, I won't mess around. I'll get serious with you. And I just want to say, give it a shot. Everybody who doesn't know Luis, give it a go. And community is so critical, because community, we all need community at some point, right, in our lives. And I believe, because of today's distractions and everything, we're lacking it. We're lacking it. Yeah, social media and the internet it's really disconnecting us, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So, but being a part of this keeps you connected, but it reminds me always each week what I need to be focusing on and paying attention to. So right. Yeah, no, I so appreciate everybody being here today. And I didn't mean to put these on. It was like stuck there.
Oh, was it? Oh, that's pretty interesting. Well, you still have the mustache and the eye patch, by the way.
I do? Okay.
And a Google headband. Looks like you're going to go running in Pirateville or something.
Okay, I'm not distracted, but no one can see me. It's on you, by the way.
Oh,
The
I didn't know
camera,
that.
yeah. They may see me down in the corner, but it's
Oh,
on
okay.
your beautiful face, not
Oh,
mine.
okay. All right. We can see. Oh, there's great things you can do with technology, everybody. And again, I just want to invite you to create the abundance that you want in your life, however you want to do that. And if I can help you, great. I'm here to help you. I want to make that happen for you. We've watched amazing things happen over the years, and we want your feedback as well. So if there's topics or things that you want me to talk about in the future on a webinar, please let me know. If there's things that you want Jake and I to do or that you need help with, please let us know. We're here for you. So if you can get that to us, then we will know what we can create going forward. A lot of times when I ask, it feels like I'm not always getting feedback from people, and yet I know you're thinking of things. So please let us know what it is we can do for you. Yeah. And Jake, I deeply love you. And you know what we do want to create? We want to create that, I don't know, it's the Jake and Louise show or something,
Yeah, the Jake and Louise show. We're going to create it. And by the way, everybody, without getting off topic, Louise and I have some really exciting things coming for specific practitioners wanting to excel their practices. That's different than the Frequency and Awakening Abundance group, which is really open to all of us and our family members and our support team. So share that, and share this webinar, by the way, everybody. It's free. People can tune in, and those reminders, what we went through today, I do it every time. I write it down, and it helps recalibrate and recommit me. And I think Lisa, if my wife's watching, I think she went over to my in-laws to have some fun while I did the webinar today, and she tuned in. So if she's listening, she knows that this stuff works if we pay attention and consciously choose to work it and work with this energy. It's intention.
It's intention. There's a question here I want to make sure that I answer right now. She said she's curious about meditating on Wednesday at 8 p.m. And I'm remotely playing a selected frequency. Yes, it's a little more than frequency, though. It's a whole little program that I set up that is affirmations, crystals, intentions, and brain stuff. It could be serotonin is in there. It could be vitamin B6. It could be CoQ10. So it can be a combination of things that are going to help you not only stay healthy, but also move you forward with your goals of abundance. So the sounds you heard is one part of that. And I'm just going to say it. I'm so obsessed that I give this group way, way more. And I do that with all my groups, because I say I'm working on you on Wednesday night, but if I'm home all day Sunday, I actually put on those frequencies that you heard earlier and play those for 30 minutes on each one of my subgroups. Sometimes it takes all day. I start at 10, it goes to 3. So I'm giving you so much more, and it's because I want you to have that frequency raised so that you can attract what you want. So I hope that answers it, but it's more than what you heard today. It's much bigger than that. And maybe, Jake, what maybe we should do in the future is show people the program. So I'm going to ask that question right now out loud and just say, what do you want to see? Do you want to see what it is? Do you want to see what we do? So you understand better, because it is hard to understand. I get that.
And you bring up a good point. People, they're curious, and that's that left brain. Show me how it works, right? How it does. And they work together with the right, which is, like you talked about, a lot of the right brain. People who are more in touch with that emotional, heart-centered, they see and transition quicker, and that's natural. The skeptic in that left brain logic of protection isn't, limiting them from making a change quicker. And there's no wrong or right, but that's just a fact. So I think it's good, because seeing how things work, that's support the emotional to open up easier, and vice versa, right? When you love something, you're curious about how it works too. Right. So I think it's good. And, Monique says, love you guys. Well, we love you, Monique.
Yeah, we love Monique. And Sue asked if the sound program is available. No, the sound isn't available for purchase, but the whole program is. And Sue, you would probably love this. Yeah. So email me And let's find a time where I can, get together with you and show you that. And maybe, Jay, can we plan that where I can show the program?
Yeah, no, and I remember we did that
You
one
know?
time. Remember, we one time you did show some of the inner applications you use, but yes, we'll have to plan that to see how we can best see how we can best display and share those tools you use. But no, for sure, and it's something we just have to do a little more planning in terms of how to present it the right way. But
yeah, right.
absolutely.
Okay, so let's plan that. So what I would say to all of you who want to see this is, just keep checking your email, and we will set up a time when Jake and I can get together and do that again. And I also want to thank Cecilia and Leslie for being there as well. So it's just been, and Sherry, it's been awesome, and invite you guys to be a part of our community, and then give us feedback too, so we can continue creating what it is that you're desiring. Out there. And then, I think I want to leave everybody with a little integration.
Please.
Because we're talking about balancing right and left brain, and I actually can do that with some with some energy work in the field. So you're gonna, and I actually did, I'm all the way dressed. Sometimes I wear shorts. Okay, man, because you don't need to, right? You don't really need to. When you're on a webinar, you can, put your shorts on, right? And then go outside and play, because it's a nice day today. But I actually am dressed up here, so I can stand up and do this. So let's do an integration on everybody achieving the abundance. So what would be the intention? So the intention is that let's see. I am allowing the abundance that I desire in my life to come to me easily. Okay, so you fill in what that is for you. Okay, and I'm just going to do some codes on my body for all of you. Okay? So 2-3 love, 5-3 forgiveness, 6-5 choice, 9-2 freedom, 4-2 greater love, 4-2 2-2 4-4 6-2, 1-4-7 backside. I'm going to have you all look at my X. So see my X. 4-5 9-6 9-6 8-6 6-8 3-9 26 complete cycles, 5,859 times. 2-8 23 complete cycles, 2,363 times. 3-7-5 3-7-7 4-5 8-6 4-6-9 4-6-7. Releasing the trauma. Can you believe it? I don't know my phone number. I
was gonna say
2-8-7-5 of the shock, 1-2-3 places with peace, 5-2 5-11 37 complete cycles, 87,000 2-8 20 32 times 4-2 2-2 4-4 6-2, and then I show people how we can balance the brain. And so I could say this side of my brain, I'm muscle testing like this. This side of the brain is dominant. No. This side of the brain is dominant. Yes. This ear is dominant. No. This ear is dominant. Yes. This eye is dominant. I'm totally right brain dominant. This side is dominant. Now I can make all of us, I'm using myself as a surrogate for all of you, but I'm going to make you all whole brain dominant, because we were talking about right and left brain a minute ago. And so here's how we're going to do that. 4-5, this action is complete. You're going to take a point on your right wrist right here, and you're going to put it under your left breast. So like right there. Almost like you're like holding a credit card right there. Just kind of put it under your left breast, and we're going to hold that for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 for 30 seconds. And then you will be whole brain dominant and be able to go forward and have an awesome day.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
And
when your frequency is raised, you talk faster. Hence, I talk too fast.
Hence, I need to raise my frequency, because I sometimes talk like I'm half asleep.
Half asleep, yeah. When your frequency is raised, you don't need coffee.
I
should put, that's a bumper sticker statement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bottle it.
All right, so you can rest your hand now, and let's just test that again. Okay, so this is for all of you out there. This side of the brain is dominant. Yes, so I got a yes now, okay? This side of the brain is dominant. Yes, so both are dominant. This ear is dominant. This ear is dominant. This eye is dominant. This eye is dominant. Awesome, okay? And then we're all going to say, so say to yourself, I'm allowing the abundance to come into my life easily. And whatever abundance is for you, kind of fill that in. Then I'm going to muscle test, see if we got it. Okay, and then we're going to lock in that goal, that intention. So I'm going to have you guys put your hands like this and pretend I'm pulling down on them. So we're just going to put our hands up like this and pretend I'm pulling down at them. So you want to put them above your head, Jake. Or a little bit above your head. Like that. Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Because we are creating amazing abundance today, right? So your hands are like this, and then I'm going to try pulling down on them. So I'm pretending that I'm pulling down on your hands, okay? And then count your fingers, and then take your dominant hand and make a circle over your heart like this, and say 2-2.
2-2.
I choose to succeed.
I choose to succeed.
And then tap your belly button 8 times. So then you're going to tap your belly button 8 times. Awesome. Yay. Very good. So you guys are all going to create the abundance that you desire. We need some little celebration here. All right.
All right. I'm feeling it.
You feeling it? Good. Thank you,
Louise,
Jake, so much. I love you.
I love you. I'll send you the replay to get out to the network, and I will send it out too.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody, for joining
All
us.
right.
And
Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.
we love you guys. Keep
Love
up the
you.
great work. And Luis, love you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jake.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.